Hello creators, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvette and I am part of the Not2Shabby Shop design team. Today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful, colorful Christmas mini slimline card using this tree image from the Peace on Earth stamp set, as well as the sentiment here from the Ornament Wishes stamp set. And then both of these stamp sets were a part of the October 2024 box of the month. So let's get started. And I'm going to tell you, when I first saw this stamp set, I knew I wanted to do a rainbow of trees. So I have a piece of white 110-pound cardstock here. This is what was left over after I cut my mini slimline card base out. So that way I'm using up all of the paper from that one sheet. Now what I did do is center the tree here on the paper where I want it. And let me show you. I am going to use this nice rainbow of inks. I'm using my little positively saturated ink cubes. So I'm going to use Rose, Mandarin, Sunbeam, Lucky, Ocean, Royal, and Iris. Now I am going to start with my center tree. So I'm using my center color, which is Lucky. And we'll just stamp this here. And I do have my sentiment set here where I'm going to want it once I finish stamping all my rainbow of trees. I love when there are some nice solid images on stamp sets. So I absolutely love this Christmas tree. I also fell in love with this stamp set with this solid ornament here. So I bet you can guess what I'm going to do with that next. So then I'm going to shift over 3/4 of an inch. So if I just follow the grid lines on my Misty, I go for over 3 grid lines. And I make sure I clean up my stamp real well before I go on to my next color, which is going to be Sunbeam. So I'm real careful about cleaning before I stamp anything with yellow, because I don't want to contaminate my yellow ink cube.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday.
All right, I'm going to set that one off to the side. And as I was stamping that, I thought, wouldn't it be great if we did a stamping of different shades of green? So let me pull out my greens and stamp different shades of green for our trees. And I'll be right back. I'm going to use just these 3 shades of green. So I'll use Pine, Sage, and Aspen. So what I think I'm going to do, let's see. We'll see if I like the way this turns out. It's always a guessing game with me. And this one I'm going to space a little differently. I think I'm going to only move 1/2 inch over between my different trees, and we'll see. not getting that section the way I want it. There we go. So I'm going to shift over 2 of those grid lines, and I'll go with the next lightest shade, which is Sage. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And let me go back to where I was and move over. Maybe I should do it this way, guys, so I can see. So that's what my starting point was. So let me move over 2 grid lines here to do another stamping with Sage.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas.
So I'm going to trim this down to 3 inches. Do that the same on our rainbow panel here. And then I want this at 5 3/4. So I'm going to take a little bit off each side.
And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside.
So let me bring back my Misty and we'll stamp that Merry Christmas sentiment there. So we'll start with our rainbow of trees, and I'm going to make sure it still looks okay, that it's in the same spot as the first card I made. And here I'm going to use some of my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to stamp our sentiment. I almost want to make it kind of a monochromatic, so I think I am going to go in and stamp using our pine, which was our darkest green we used on our tree. What I did next was these little like star images here. I put on a stamping block I have. And I'm going to go through and stamp using the same colors as the trees. So let's start with our rainbow.
My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
I'm going to use some of the greenery instead of the stars on this one.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say.
I might do a little bit of ink blending around there too.
Christmas is a magic day. Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have
What I did on my other rainbow card is I pulled in some peel-offs from Love from Lizzie. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I will be sure to link to the products I'm using in the description box below, just in case you'd like to take a gander at all the goodies available.
It means so much more than words can say, and I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say, and I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic
Now I can't find quite the right shade of green, but I have a fix for that. So I'm going to start with some pale green cardstock and put it down to my matte layer. And let me set aside my rainbow cards. Then I'm going to bring in this pine and my blending brush again, and I'm going to do some ink blending here.
what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate.
Alrighty friends, here are my 3 completed cards using Not2Shabby's Peace on Earth stamp set and Ornament Wishes stamp set, which are both a part of the October 2024 box of the month. What do you think? I actually like the way this came out. I might have extended it to a few more trees out. So I think if I do this again, I'll do 2nd generation stamping for each of the 3 colors. That way it'll extend the trees out further. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.